All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Brakathor Yahweh, Brakathor Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kadash. I give all double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone and to our brothers out there on the highways and hedges teaching His truth in sincerity, and to our brothers and sisters learning this ministry. Shalom. I just have to put this very important video here up again, re-upload, right? And many brothers, lots of brothers have re-uploaded this video that our elder, one of our elders from Great Millstone, right, Elder Aramlab, and his channel is GMSInfoDocChannel11, all one word, GMSInfoDocChannel11. Now this is called the Israelite pie chart of salvation and destruction. This is a very, very serious chart here. Okay? Very, very serious chart. Now when you look at it, right, you go into it to explain, right, because he knows how to explain it thoroughly, right, with edification. But it's a thing that you have to really look into, because when you look at this chart, you say to yourself, I wonder where I stand in this. And, you know, Elder Aramla would go ahead to explain what is what, right? And what is the procedure. And the procedure is to turn and serve Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. We need to do that. So by looking at this chart, it'll wake you up, because you'll wonder, where am I on this chart? On the left hand side, you have the true biblical names, and on the right hand side, you have the so-called names that has been pushed onto us. For example, number 1 is Judah, and the so-called name that has been pushed onto us is American Negroes. Right? So this chart here tells you in detail what is what and how things are going to go down. Right? This is this is prophecy actually. This is going to show you how things are going to go down. So you look at this chart and say, I wonder where I am on this chart. And you must know within your spirit what to do to make it right. Okay, so look at this video, brothers and sisters, and please, I just hope it is very edifying, and really take it into consideration, right? Because this is very deep, okay, and serious stuff.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. What you're looking at here is the Israelite pie chart of salvation and destruction. And as you can see here, you have the 1/3, which will be saved. You have the 144,000, and then you have the 2/3. Now, the 144,000 and the 1/3 are part of the elect, but there's more to the elect than just the 144,000 and the 1/3, because you have the election outside of the 1/3, because the 144,000 is the governing body that's going to enforce the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. The 1/3 are going to be the 1/3 that's going to be saved here in America. But you also have the rest of the elect that are around the earth. So the elect consists of the 144,000, the 1/3, and that great multitude, you know, of the Israelites that are scattered around the world. Now this is Zechariah 13:8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, singular, meaning here in America, saith Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. As you saw here, the 2 parts or 2/3 are going to be cut off and die. But the 3rd shall be left therein. So the 3rd, which is part of the elect, you know, they're going to be
You see what the elder's doing? He's proving all things, right? So people might say, oh, it's a little chart that you put up, but he's going to the scriptures to prove, right, how he broke down this chart, right? And it says that he must prove all things.
Delivered, which consists of the 144,000 and the 1/3. That's all a part of that. But really the 1/3 here is dealing with just in America, and the 2/3 is dealing with just in America, in this land. The 144,000 could be anywhere, could here in America and abroad, But then you also have the rest of the elect. So when you're teaching about the elect is not just the 1/3. The elect consists of the 144,000, the 1/3, and the rest of the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Mark 13:24. But in those days after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great glory and power. And then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. So you have the elect that's going to be gathered from the four corners of the earth. So when you're breaking down the elect is not just the 144,000 and the 1/3. The elect is also the great multitude. So you have the 144,000, which can be anywhere on the planet. I believe the majority, or not the majority, if not the majority of them, will come out of Babylon and this side of the world. But that's not for me to say. That's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's number, and those are the men that he chose to be his governing body. But the 1/3 and the 2/3 is here in America, in this land, as we read in Zechariah 13. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, singular, that's here in America, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. Why? Because you have the Israelites that are here have been broken up into two parts. The one part is the ones that be delivered, which is the 1/3, which is part of the elect, and then the 2/3, which is part of the election for destruction. All right, and then we read here that the Lord, and then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost parts of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. Then Revelation 7 and 4, it says, I started 3, saying, heard not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Why? Because you're going to have these the governing body that's going to be gathered from around the world. It says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there was sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And there's going to be 12,000 men out of each tribe that the Lord chose to be a part of the 144,000, or that governing body that's going to govern the nation of Israel. All right? It says, and then as you read on down, it says here in the 9th verse, and this I beheld, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And this great multitude is talking about all the rest of the elect, which, as we read in Mark 13, then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. So when we're dealing with the elect, and we say that only the 1/3 is the elect, that's not true. 144,000 and the 1/3 is only the elect. That's not true. That's the 1/3 is the elect here in America that are to be saved. The 144,000 are going to be saved from around the world, which is part of the election. But then you have a great multitude of Israelites that are part of the elect that are going to be saved and delivered from the four corners of the earth. And some of them will be going up in the chariots too, depending on where they're at and what the Lord has destined for that particular plot of land that they're in. So just a little short thing. I've been meditating on it, and I said, what, since the Spirit is tapping me, let me go ahead and make this video, because we have to have the proper understanding, because I hear a lot of brothers, I'm sure some brothers already know, but I hear brothers speaking about the 144,000 and the 1/3, and that's it for that's the elect. No, it's more than that. You have the 144,000, the governing body. You have the 1/3 that's going to be saved here in America only, and then you have that great multitude of the elect that is going to be gathered from the four winds of heaven, of the earth. Okay, so with that, I hope you brothers have been edified. To the next time, I say shalom.